Hey everybody, trying to do a live stream on YouTube today, testing to see how it's going to go. Yeah, it looks like I'm streaming, so I'll give it a shot. Now today's topic is I'm just doing some news on that strange earthquake that's been felt all over the world, or I guess not felt, that's what made it strange. So I'll try to get more into the details on that in just a second. Gonna share the show to make sure people on Facebook know I'm doing it. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day and not affected too badly by these earthquakes in the news. Yeah, I haven't done a test stream on Facebook or YouTube for a while now, so I figured I'd give it a shot today and see how it goes. Seems like it's not sharing the right show topic. Just have to fix something there. Yeah, and if anyone wants to join in on the show today, just give me a shout in the chat. You can test out Skype and see how it's working. Or you can just chat here in the text, but not having the greatest luck reading text these days, so video might be a little bit better. Alright, sharing debugger. Now it's weird, sometimes when you go to share a live stream it doesn't want to work, so what I did was found an alternative program to, or a website that clears it or debugs it so that it'll work properly. I'm gonna try that. Try again. Yeah, there we go. Got some of it right. Ah, hell, I'll just post it anyways. Half right's better than none. Now, I think I first heard about this quake on the news yesterday. Just someone posted on Facebook or something. Wasn't sure there was anything to it, but I figured, hey, everyone's talking about it, so might as well check into it and see. I've been doing some work on ley lines recently, and they seem to really affect earthquakes, so it's like, hey, why don't I check my ley line map and see how it works, or it looks like in comparison to this strange quake. Alright, so I guess before any further delays, I'll get going. Close that debugger. There we go. Alright, let's see. Here's the website. It's called scott.net. Oh, I guess that's Sign of the Times. Yeah, so this is the one that has the information about the strange quake. There was also a really good article by National Geographic, but I didn't post that one. I figure I'll leave that. Maybe I'll put that one in the description, just in case National Geographic has any copyright issues with showing their work. Hopefully, Sign of the Times will be okay about me covering the story they did. Alright, so yeah, here we have these people from the Daily Mail on Wednesday, November the 28th. What's today? The 30th. Yeah, so that was just 2 days ago. Now, let's see if I can enlarge this. Yeah, so what we got here is a strange earthquake originated from the area of ocean near the island of Mayotte and Mozambique. Yeah, so that's just off the coast of Africa. And I guess the weird part is that it echoed, or parts of it were felt in faraway places like Canada, Chile, or New Zealand. But I guess technically I'm saying that wrong, because they said that it seems to have gone off there, or shook there, but no one reported it, or something like that. So we'll get more into the story. I'm actually just learning about it, and I figured, hey, a lot of times I learn about something and then do a video after, so maybe this time I would try doing a video at the same time I learn about it. Less editing. And maybe it'll be a little bit more exciting seeing the discovery as I go. Okay, so this strange seismic event shook the planet for 20 minutes on November the 11th, and no one felt it. Oh, okay, so this was still back in November 11th, so about 15 or a little over 15 days ago. Alright, so the mysterious seismic waves picked up by monitoring stations from Madagascar to Canada were most likely caused by an underwater volcano, an expert on earthquakes claims. Huh. But a low rumbling that could not be felt above the ground was detected on November the 11th and narrowed down to the origin to a region just off the island of Mayotte. Sorry, having a little rough go reading stuff. Recently had a concussion, but I won't get into that, so doing my best here. They were similar to those typically seen after large earthquakes, which are known to travel great distances, but no such earthquake even took place. Huh, interesting. So theories as to what caused the cryptic rumble range from a slow earthquake to an underwater meteor strike. Oh, isn't that interesting? Now I wonder if this is because they don't really look into ley lines. If they were looking into ley lines, I'm pretty sure they would have another alternative theory, but we'll see if they mention it. One of the scientists who studied told Mail Online that the trembling was almost certainly caused by a low-level underwater volcanic eruption. Alright, so I guess the leading theory is that it's a volcano. Now it looks like it's got a few of the words here highlighted, so I'll just jump ahead to those so I don't have to read this whole thing. Looks like there was a monotone ring. Huh, irritating. I know that's one of the piss off symptoms of concussions is you get like a ringing in your ears. It's not fun at all. The signal can be seen all around the world. They are unusual because of their monotone low frequency ring as well as the global spread. So here's some of the images. Looks like these are off Twitter. I don't see it going too viral. Yeah, so here we got some more information about the frequency of the earthquakes. These waves were monochromatic, meaning it did not send out a bundle of frequencies like most earthquakes. Instead, the zigzagging pattern it produced was primarily made of one type of wave, which took 17 seconds to repeat. Huh. And it says a few of these scientists don't know why, so I guess not everyone's buying the underwater volcano explanation. This one put that it's a very strange signal. It can be seen pretty much everywhere around the world. The signal is clearly not like a regular earthquake. It's more like a burst of energy. Huh, almost like the energy that travels on the ley lines. Here's a PhD from the University of Glasgow. They're too nice. They're too perfect to be nature. What baffles me is how evenly spaced out they were. I have no idea how to explain that. That's actually the same problem I ran into when I was making my ley line patterns. It's like I got a formula and I had to put it onto a map, and by the time I finished mapping it, it was so precise that it seemed like it was unnatural. But it's like a geometric pattern. It's like when a frequency makes a pattern, on sand or water, it usually makes like a geometric shape. It's hard to imagine that that would happen by accident, but they do. Alright, strange waves, no one knows why. Geologist joked about a sea monster after the mysterious 30-minute rumble emanates the waters near Madagascar. One segment of the signal also featured several high-frequency blips, each separated by roughly a minute of time, a bit like a regular ticking clock. Huh. Oh, here we go. I think this is the most interesting part I've read yet. Despite unusually quiet sun, solar wind recently produced musical waves in Earth's magnetic field. So that's the weird thing about this ley line pattern, is it's very similar to what I think the Earth's magnetic field looks like. Alright, so I've got a couple people watching, so I'll check to see the chat. Hey, Curtis is here. Hey Curtis, hope your weather situation has worked out. Sucks, remember you were saying you're out of power. Huh. Okay, so I guess I'll, where did I leave off? Yeah, so here's the website about it. I think, did I make an image for it? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, see this image here. Actually, before I get into the image, I guess I'll play the video. I made a video today showing how this strange earthquake mapped up with the earth grids, or the ley lines that I drew. So what I did is I took the ley line picture and then faded in and out the target of where this earthquake was. And you can see that the target landed pretty much where two of the ley lines are intersecting. And at first that didn't really mean too much to me, because I was like, hey, these ley lines are pretty much everywhere on the planet, so it's bound to intersect on one of them. But then I figured, hell, I'll check and see where these ley lines go, where it's intersecting, and see if that helps add any information to the mystery. So yeah, you can see where these two blue ley lines are emanating from this earthquake. Just happens to be the ones that border the South Pole. So I guess next I'll boot up the Google Maps and see if I can show everyone exactly what I'm talking about there. Yeah, fuck, I wish I had this whole map finished, but it's taken me a lot longer to make it than I thought, and I had to take like a few weeks break now from working on it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be loading a little bit slow while doing a live stream, but see if I can get it to work still. Oh, I see why. If anyone's using Google Earth, trying to do live streams or just even offline, turn off the megalithic portal everything. If you leave that open, there's just way too much data and it crashes everything. So usually when I open that folder, I do it when I have everything else on my computer turned off. Alright, there we go. Now it's not crashing. Yeah, just to give a brief summary of how I started working on these ley lines. My main point of research is the Draco Stonehenge up here in northern Ontario. Friend Julie researches ones in Montana. She said that she had a line that went all the way to Nazca of all these ancient sites. And then I noticed, oh, here it is. Yeah, the Draco Stonehenge line has a whole bunch of ancient sites on it and goes to Easter Island. So then after I figured out just adding in the rest of the pattern, copying Perry Reese's orbs, and basically you get the ley line map of the entire planet. You can see where it pushes away all the land here. It even pushed it away a little bit near the Great Lakes, pushed it away near the Hudson Bay, pushed it away at the top here. One other cool point too is like each of these yellow lines is one of the equator or tropic lines. So when you add in all the rest of those, it makes a giant equator one. And it's neat, on this side of Africa is another one where all the equator lines meet up. And the equator line that goes this direction goes through Moscow and Kiev and Sofia. Basically, some of the biggest cities in Europe are all on this line going to the equator line. It's kind of cool. But anyways, back to the Africa and where this earthquake happened. It's right here. You can see the islands that they were talking about. Oh, there it is, Mayeti or whatever. So basically the big earthquake that affected the globe was there. And these are the two ley lines where it intersects. So I decided to check and see where these two ley lines go. And they're the ones that shape the South Pole on either side. So the opposite corresponding spot where they would intersect would be here. So I'll have to check and see if there's any earthquakes that are going to be mysteriously appearing here next. Guess I should flip the globe so I can see where the heck that is. Yeah, right there. So that'd be close to Hawaii. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Hawaii's had a little bit of seismic activity recently too, I think. Wasn't all that volcano stuff going off there? Yeah, so anyways, that's where the two ley lines go and meet. And it's neat that where it's happening is with the pole. And a lot of people have been talking lately is the pole's shifting, so I was like, hey, it's kind of neat that the pole's involved in this. Maybe this mysterious quake has something to do with the ley lines. And the ones that meet by the pole specifically. So if that's like a sign that maybe something's happening with the magnetic field in the pole. Because I don't know, like I've really screwed up making a lot of these lines, trying to get them perfectly straight. But the ones in North America I focused on the most, trying to get them perfect. And you can see that it does make like some sort of geometric pattern. Almost like a magnetic field or something. Hoping someone who's really good at drawing straight lines at Google will want to copy the formula I've got here and make their own map. Scott, I'm sure even without a concussion it's probably going to be one hell of a task to draw each one of these on. Now it's weird, when other researchers basically came up with the same pattern of orbs and stuff coming out, they just had it slightly lower than what my grid came out to be. Like I think their orb point here was down here. So then it sort of threw off everything. I'm not saying mine's right for sure, but I don't know, the way the land masses space out where the orbs go, I think that's a good way of telling if you have the orb in the right spot. Like you can see the orbs definitely pushing the land in Africa away. Yeah, this one in Asia, these ones are really cool. Like you can tell this orb has definitely affected the land. People want to debate that it doesn't. I guess that could have all happened by coincidence, but I don't know, the way it shapes like that, it's really unreal. So I don't know, I haven't even really had a lot of time to play and look at this map because spinning the globe makes my concussion symptoms worse, and even looking at screens. So yeah, you can see when I was putting this orb together, I missed by quite a bit on some of the lines. So I'll have to put them closer together there. It sucks when you're drawing lines like this on a globe, like the slightest little error will make it off on the other side. Because it's going over such huge distances. Now it's neat too, if you turn off the orbs, and just like say put a couple of them on, that's when you really start to notice how it's affecting stuff. Because when you got all of them on, it just looks like a mess. Let's see, if I turn the red lines and the blue lines on. So there you can really start to see how it's shaping South America. All these different orb lines are pretty much cutting across it like perfectly to shape it. Like, I don't know if I turn... Yeah, you can start to see like the more lines you turn off, it's like there's no doubt there's a pattern affecting the land masses. It just looks like a hell of a mess when you turn them all on. Yeah, and it's neat too. All these lines are working with the tropic and equators. And this prime meridian line that whoever, like maybe it was a Freemason who was the one who determined it. I looked up his name and stuff. But he got this line really close to what it should be. Like what I came up with in my calculations was only off by like a few degrees. So I ended up just using his line. Yeah, it's neat. Maybe people have had these maps of all the ley lines the whole time and haven't shared it with people, kept it a secret, who knows. Yeah, the equator lines look really cool. Now I think the equator one is maybe one of my favorite ones. The only other one was basically, this orb here is one of my favorite ones too, just because it's the one that I first started on. This orb here is the one that's from a popular documentary on the pyramids and stuff. They show it goes through like Egypt and all the pyramids there, goes close to Angkor Wat. Basically, this line here was one of the most popular ones before mine and Julie's line was discovered or made more popular. So you can see that's why it was so easy for me to fill in the rest of the pattern. Once you have that line going to the tropic, and then you have two lines going like that in the tropic, you can almost start making out that there's an orb at each one. And that's why, I don't know, it's crazy. This is where all the hurricanes go up, and right here is where there's a giant heat anomaly on the bottom of the ocean. So I think maybe this is the magnetic field of the Earth. It's hard to say. I guess I'll minimize this for a bit. Yeah, it's nice. The stream seems to be working decently. Guess I'll cut it off at a half an hour so I don't make a huge episode. So I don't know if anyone else has got theories about maybe making their own ley line maps, or what they think this Africa anomaly or earthquake is. If it really is connected to the ley lines that are surrounding the pole. To me, I think that's a little bit beyond coincidence that these meet right at where this strange anomaly took place. Yeah, let's close that, and I'll open up the website again. Yeah, so here that anomaly. Jeez. Here's where the anomaly was, and it shook that area of Chile, that area of Canada, that area of New Zealand. I guess I really should have looked to see how that correlates with the Google Maps thing. Alright, I'll do that quick, see if I got time. Maybe I can finish it within a half hour. Yeah, sorry if I sound really tired too. It's like the worst part of this freaking concussion seems to be the insomnia. For a good month or two I was only sleeping like an hour or two a night, so it was pretty intense to try to heal. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll put up that website on the other screen so that I can see it. And then I'll go where it is and see. Alright, it says it was off the east coast of Canada. Right about there. So here we have two blue lines. I'll trace to see where they go. Yeah, this looks like one of the pole lines. What I tried to do is map all the pole lines blue so I could see, like track them easier, know which one is which. Alright, so that's where one of the earthquakes was. I'll just put it here so people can see that I'm not making it up. Alright, so that's where the earthquake or shaking was felt. That's where the two blue lines intersect. See where this one goes. Yeah, so that one doesn't go Or I guess, no, it's not really the pole line for that one. Let's check the other one again. Shit, spun it the wrong way. Alright, this was the one. Does this go to Africa? Goes on the edge there. Australia. No, so this one doesn't go to Africa either. It's just the other pole line. Let's see. Alright, we got two pole lines, there and there. That's the South Pole, yeah. So there it is. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I know why. It's because I'm looking at the opposite pole line. There's the two pole lines going in that direction, and there's the two pole lines going in that direction. Oh, so it's the opposite pole line. So north, south, east, west. So that's why that one's there. Alright. So that was one of the pole lines, and then this is the other opposite pole line. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that's that one checked. It's also the pole lines. Now I'll check the next one and see what it is. Alright, the next one, okay, we already checked Canada. We'll check Chile. Right there. See if there's any pole lines that connect there, or maybe different lines. We'll see. Alright, here we are. Chile, Chile. Alright, let me guess. Is here where it is? Yeah. Or maybe it isn't. Let's check. Chile. There's where it sticks out. Alright, so it's about halfway in between where these two points are. Okay, so it would be that point there. Now let's see, one of these lines is blue, but there's not two blue lines that intersect here. So we'll see where it goes. Well, I wish I had a different color for each line, so make it way easier to follow. Oh, this is that one India line that I was talking about before. Oh, it comes awful close to the point where the other ones were. Okay, so maybe that's where how they said the signal spread is when it hit those two spots there. It ended up, yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, so I'm not really too sure if there's any information we can decipher from that one. That one isn't a pole line, but it does interact with this line. Let's see. So this green line will trace where it goes. Oh, here we go. This green one is also the edge of a pole. A little bit on the internal edge of the pole though. Oh yeah, this would be one of the big time poles. It goes over the North Pole too. Okay, so this line here, where the other quakes are lining up with, is it the edge of the pole? No, it's one of the internal lines of the pole. So it's not the pole edge line, but still by the pole. Yeah, so maybe it still could be something to do with that pole flip idea. And the other line that intersects here, I guess, is one of the tropic lines. See if there's anything big about this one. Oh, this is the one that edges the side of North America. Oh, let's see. Yeah, and it comes very close to the edge of the North Pole. Okay, so yeah, a couple pole lines intersecting. Alright, so maybe that's why the earthquake happened there. I guess I'll bring it onto the screen so people can see. That's where one of the other earthquake things was felt. Seems to be one of the spots where the lines are meeting up. Yeah, right there. Alright, next we'll do... How many we got left on here? We did Canada, we did Chile. New Zealand was the other one, eh? Alright, let's see what New Zealand is on the map. Yeah, someone was just asking me to take some pictures of New Zealand today to show them the ley lines there. Tried to get their help to finish the map, but no one seems too keen on drawing all these lines, and I don't blame them. It's a freaking nightmare. Okay, so what do we got here? There it is, New Zealand. Now let's see where the earthquake is. Okay, it's right on the southern tip of New Zealand. So we'll see, what do we got there? That'd be this blue line. Interesting, I don't have too many intersecting here, so this will be the first one. Unless I screwed up and these lines are supposed to be over a bit. Alright, well I'll track to see where this New Zealand line goes. See if it reveals any information. Oh, it goes to that India point again. Ah, it goes to that one. That one I really like too, because it's so close to Europe and all the Stonehenges and stuff are on it. It's a really cool one. Crap, where was I? Oh yeah, there. Alright, so this one interacts here, near Venezuela. Not too far from that other point. Not intersecting. New Zealand. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'll have to finish this map and see if I'm missing a line for New Zealand. I kind of get the feeling that I am. It's probably one of the ones that I missed. You can see when I'm drawing these orbs, looks like there's supposed to be one there, one here, one here. So when I say I'm 75% complete, I guess I'm still not even close to that yet. You can see how hard it is too to get all of these lines perfectly straight. Dear God, it's a nightmare. Even drawing just one of these orbs was hard. I don't know how Piri Reese did it in the old days on his map, especially without working with a globe and having to do it on a flat surface. Like, yeah, I can see why people have had so much trouble deciphering his map. Without Google, it's near impossible. Alright, so that's what we got, the New Zealand one. I guess I can't see any other connection to New Zealand. Maybe some of the viewers can see where I missed. Oh, there we are, eh? So I bet you if I had the line over a bit on this one, it would be a pole line. Maybe that's where I screwed it up. Yeah, by the way the ocean ridges are looking, there should be a line connecting those. As you can tell, almost all the major ocean ridges will have a line. You can really see it on which line is it? Yeah, this one, the Tropic of Capricorn. The ocean ridges really go with that one. Oh yeah, the equator line too. The ocean floor line goes almost right on it. That ocean ridge. Alright, so I guess I'll keep an eye out on the news and see if I hear any information about the quakes and what it could be. I guess it might not be the pole flip, let's hope not. Unless it means Canada's going to flip and get some tropical weather soon. Then I wouldn't be too opposed to that. As long as it doesn't kill millions of people in the process, I guess. I don't think nice weather is worth that. Yeah, it's kind of neat too. This lines make a little bit of a pentagram here. Right at the top is where the earthquake happened. Yeah, I guess I'll follow these pole lines a little bit more. People can get an idea. It's the outer boundary for both sides of the South Pole. Oh yeah, so there's where it intersects again. Yeah, that's wild. Okay, thanks for watching the video everyone, and please share it if you want and subscribe. Appreciate it. Take care.